Welcome again to lecture 6, part B. Management of aquatic, so this is continuation of the previous part. Management of aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystems are sanctuaries and breeding places for aquatic game birds and other animals and source of irrigation. Aquaculture can improve the fish production through ecological requirements of fish species and ecology of the water body. The carrying capacity, stocking size, stratification of the fishes, feed requirement, the quality and quantity of the water, its physical and chemical parameters must be investigated. Undesirable fish predators animal and plants must be controlled for better productivity. Department of Fisheries can help in this respect. Edible plants like Trappa by Spinoza singale and Nelumbium bursandae can be cultivated. Lotus water lilies can be encouraged as a source of ornamental flowers. Embankments and margins of water bodies can be planted with salix, poplars, and other such tree species which can be used as a nesting material for the birds and also as a fuel wood. Biological control. This is another aspect where instead of using chemicals, agrochemicals or chemicals, we can use biological methods to control a certain unwanted plants or animals. The overuse of various agrochemicals is definitely causing ecological problems. Toxicity. The alternate choice is biological control of unwanted plants and animals. Biocontrol involves the use of a predator organism of a specific insect or weed that feeds on harmful organisms. However, for this purpose, the feeding habit, adaptability, ecological behavior of the predator organism must be thoroughly worked out. Lantana can be controlled by lantana bug. Many insects can be controlled by ladybird beetle. Snail and slugs feed on some of the insects. Toads and frogs eat mosquitoes and their larvae. They can be used as a bioagent. Biological control reduces crop damages by insects, saves money, decreases pollution problem associated with the pesticides or let's say agrochemicals which are used in a crop that ultimately move to a water body. This is another important aspect, conservation of endangered genetic resources. Endangered species is the one in which natural regeneration is unable to meet, to cope, or equal with the prevailing exploitation level, whether it is an animal, whether it is a plant. There are several economic reasons for the conservation of genetic resources. Wild ancestral varieties are helpful in developing new disease resistant and better yielding cultivars. For this purpose, reserve protected areas must be managed for the survival. Seeds or genetic material can be stored in the germ pras banks. Pakistan Natural Agriculture Research Center (NARC), Islamabad has Plant Genetic Resource Bank which stores wild relatives of the crop species cultivated throughout the country for evolving new cultivars. Wild ancestors of weeds are still present in the remote areas of Balochistan. The broiler chicks have completely replaced our original local domestic hens. Similarly, many local crops and vegetable varieties have become extinct in our favor in favor of genetically modified needs. Our farmers relying on hybrid seeds have lost their original source. Let me tell you a story that previously our farmer, they used to select healthy tomatoes, healthy mirch, healthy cobs of maize and keep them as a seed source. But they revolted, they were attracted by the hybrids produced by multinational organization, and now they have become slave to them. They don't have their own resource, and they have to buy every time a new fresh seeds from the market. Previously, this was not there. Every farmer used to have his own wheat seed or tomato seeds or maize seeds. Now, this is you can't find the local hens now. All are white broiler. Watershed management is another aspect of the ecology that deals with managing the watershed area. Watershed is any area that receives water as a rain, snow, hail, sleet, or any visible form, and after collection leaves the same area in the form of either vapors, clouds, snow, meltwater, river, spring, stream, or as underground water. Our high mountain system, they are the watershed system. Water management consists of integrated development and management of land, vegetation, and water to control erosion, floods, and to provide silt-free water for the catchment area as well as for the plains. Sedimentation load in our rivers and dams are ecological problems. And this is because our watershed areas are not properly maintained. They don't have a tree cover, they don't have a grass cover, they don't have any vegetation cover, are poor. So whenever there is a rain, whenever there is a snow slide, the soil, stones, they move with them, siltation occurs in the downstream. It is estimated that Torbella Dam might be silted within the next 100 years. This is one of the highest siltation rates in the world. Mangla Dam might be choked within the next 50 years. Varsak Dam has already been silted. Ecological skill can extend the life of dams and water reservoirs. Another big problem, social, cultural, I would say religious also. Population explosion is the root cause for ecological, social, and financial problems. Population ecology deals with the demographic study aspect like the birth rate, death rate, growth rate, and their demands requirement. By knowing the natality, mortality, and migration rate, one can estimate future population size and their needs. The present population is one. This is 119 millions या क्या है यार ये लफ्ज़ क्या चीज़ है पढ़ लें which is increasing at the rate of 2.06%. Population ecology helps in food, estimating food, educational, health, and new township and sanitation facilities required for the future planning. The present birth rate has to be curtailed due to our limited resources. A balance between the resources and the requirements is needed, otherwise, we would be in the problem. Human ecology. Human ecology definitely, whatever we are doing, all aspects of ecology, they ultimately converge towards the human. Human ecology deals with the relationship of man with the resources and activities with respect to environment. Population, cultural, education, agricultural, political, social, health, recreational, and other aspects of nature directly or indirectly related to man are the domain of the human ecology. Industrialization is the outcome of man's effort to ease his life, but it damages environment by causing pollution. Increasing population needs more clean water, health and socio-cultural facilities, all at the expense of natural resources. The health problems are promoting deaths, infant mortality, diseases, malnutrition, poor sanitation, which are responsible for many bacterial, viral, and communicable diseases. Management of pollution, how to reduce, curtail pollution, because increasing population, increasing industrialization, increasing use of agrochemicals is causing pollution. So increasing population, industrialization, urbanization is causing pollution. The industrial processes are not 100% efficient. They definitely have waste. Therefore, there are always waste as a gas in gaseous form, solid waste, water waste, liquid waste into water, air, and soil, which pollute them. It is undesirable change. Pollution is an undesirable change in the quality of our air, water, or soil. The smell, color, odor, taste, toxicity, transparency, and many other physical and chemical parameters speak of pollution due to human activities. Even the noise level has become undesirable. Laws have been enforced to check various kinds of pollution. Environmental protection agencies are functioning to create awareness and control pollution. Similarly, environmental standards for quality of air, water, and noise levels have been established in Pakistan. EIA is mandatory in Pakistan and is forcing to obey these laws. Invasive species or introduced species. Exotic invasive species of plants, animal microbes, and fungi invade and threaten our forest, cropland, lakes, and related ecosystems. Introduced species like Parthenium, Prosopis, paper mulberry are competing with our native plants. They are causing human and animal allergies and poisoning and deteriorating the environment. Similarly, invader insects are defoliating the valuable timber, fruits, medicinal trees, and other plants. Invasive species must be controlled biologically, chemically, or physically, whatever the means you use. Parthenium, paper mulberry, prosopis, robinia, and many other plants are the example. Strict quarantine measures are required for this purpose. Biomedical distribution. Ecologists have discovered biomedical contribution. Ecologists have discovered many plants and animals producing chemicals controlling diseases. Some of these chemicals have been synthesized by scientists or harvested from the organism for treating human diseases. For example, a chemical from Texas Feliciana is a remedy for cancer. Some chemicals found in the horseshoe crabs and hemolymph are used for treating leukemia. Ethnomedical practices are the example. The impacts of environment, the impacts of environmental factors change the quality and quantity of the medicinal plants. Tamarix, datura, artemisia are some of the example. The ethnopharmacy entirely depends on ethnoecology. Thank you very much once again.